All right, hello everybody. Today I was trying to figure out what to do, and I was thinking about reading The Beast in the Cave, which was like the earliest piece of Lovecraft's writing that actually got published. He wrote it when he was 14 years old, and uh, and it was published much later as an example of his early writings. But what I actually ended up doing was I kind of tumbled down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I found out that the earliest known writing that we have of Lovecraft is a short is a I mean, we call it flash fiction today, but it's a very, very short story written when he was a child of merely 6 years old. It's called The Little Glass Bottle, and I will link in the description to the place where there actually are the handwritten, papers that you can take a look at, or at least take a look at images of from the actual collection of his stuff, I guess. But I don't know. It's just funny. This is going to be super short because the story itself is super short. Instead of reading a story that is available all over the place, I figured I would read this one. It's just probably a little bit more obscure, and read it as an example of how he was writing already at the age of 6. At least according to the sources that I could find. So here we go. The Little Glass Bottle. It's actually kind of a fun story too. Heave to! There's something floating to the leeward! The speaker was a short, stockily built man whose name was William Jones. He was the captain of a small catboat in which he and a party of men were sailing at the time the story opens. Aye, aye, sir, answered John Towers, and the boat was brought to a standstill. Captain Jones reached out his hand for the object, which he now discerned to be a glass bottle. Nothing but a rum flask that the men on a passing boat threw over, he said. But, from an impulse of curiosity, he reached out for it. It was a rum flask, and he was about to throw it away when he noticed a piece of paper in it. He pulled it out, and on it read the following: January 1st, 1864. I am John Jones, who writes this letter. My ship is fast sinking with a treasure on board. I am where it is marked. On the enclosed chart, Captain Jones turned the sheet over, and the other side was a chart. On the edge were written these words: Dotted lines represent course we took. Towers, said Captain Jones excitedly. Read this. Towers did as he was directed. I think it would pay to go, said Captain Jones. Do you? Just as you say, replied Towers. We'll charter a schooner this very day. And the excited captain, All right, said Towers. So they hired a boat and started off, governed by the dotted lines of the chart. In 4 weeks they reached the place where directed, and the divers went down and came up with an iron bottle. They found in it the following lines scribbled on a piece of brown paper. December 3rd, 1880. Dear Searcher, excuse me for the practical joke I have played on you, but it serves you right to find nothing for your foolish act. Well, it does, said Captain Jones. Go on. However, I will defray your expenses to and from the place you found your bottle. I think it will be $25. So that amount you will find in an iron box. I know where you found the bottle because I put the bottle there. And the iron box, and then found a good place to put the second bottle, hoping the enclosed money will defray your expenses. So I close. Anonymous. I'd like to kick his head off, said Captain Jones. Here, diver, go and get the $25 in a minute. Go and get the $25. In a minute, the diver came up bearing an iron box. Inside it was found $25. It defrayed their expenses, but I hardly think that they will ever go to a mysterious place as directed by a mysterious bottle. That is a great little short story. I mean, I genuinely kind of enjoyed that. It's actually pretty amazing for a 6-year-old, which is the right age he was when he wrote it, according to my sources. Yeah, I just thought this was a fun little story to show, and I don't know. It's one of those things where I was going to read the Beast in the Cave, which is like his first short story that he wrote when he was 14 or 15, and it was only published years and years later in an amateur magazine. But then I went and found out that this was apparently the earliest story that we know of his writing, and I found that there's actually images of the pages that he actually wrote on, so you can go see. Or maybe I'll put them over the video or something, but who knows. But yeah, you can actually go see these documents, and I don't know, I thought that was a neat thing to do. I know it's a short video, but that's what I've got for today. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out other things that would be good to do. I'm currently reading Massacre of Mankind, which was written by Stephen Baxter. It's actually not just a spiritual sequel, but it is a real, approved, official sequel to H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. Me and Justin are gonna be talking about that on an episode of The Wordy Pair coming up soon, which will be fun. It's a good book. Maybe it's worth talking about about old science fiction at some point. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, that's all I've got for you for today. Short video, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's a cute little story, and yeah, have a good day, and see you next time.